Oh, turn it off.
Yeah,
Y'all,
for real. Let's go. Not, not right this second, but I got bars though. I got bars. Yo, it's BMore for real. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Be
get
more
it.
for real. The realest conversations on the net, on the internet, rated R for reality. You know what it is. I'm your co-host, OMG Danny.
And I'm Bree for real.
Man, you know, we action packed, live packed, man. How you feeling, Bree?
I feel very good today. Very, very, very good. Like
Awesome day today. Awesome day
yeah.
today. Yep. And we appreciate all of our streamers. We appreciate all of our viewers as well. We appreciate you guys. We've been growing and everything like that. Make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button. You know, it's very important. We will continue to do things throughout the community and within the community with your support. It's all free. We're not asking for $1. Go ahead, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Let's clap it up for Be More for real.
Oh, y'all.
Be
Come on,
more for
y'all. Come
real,
on, y'all.
man.
Come on,
Be
y'all.
more for real, man. Make sure y'all go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. So, let's just go ahead right into it. You know, we got to be more for real moment. Um, the it's just a be more for real moment. We was already talking about the bridge and the things that the bridge will do for the city of Baltimore
Right.
and have done in a domino effect because the
Right.
bridge went down. And just like we was talking about last week, uh, there's a lot of things that's going to go on within the economy, like with the gas prices and all that stuff. We didn't know how big it was until now. We know how big it was, but that
Right.
bridge collapse was
And I
huge.
hope everybody been doing their research because research is that wisdom and that knowledge that you're gonna get from that. You need to get it. Like everybody needs to know like what's going on. Like don't go for anybody else's opinion. Go for yours.
That bridge collapse was absolutely
It
enormous,
was.
and so like fuel, cars,
Yes.
tractor trailers, and
Yes.
supplies for heavy machinery, all of that
Prices
stuff
are
come
ready to
through.
go up.
All
Prices are
that stuff come
definitely
through the
ready to
port of
go up.
Baltimore. So, just like we said, I mean, on a be more for real level and in a be more for real moment, just like we said, make sure that you guys prepare for this because it's going to be a huge increase. It's going to be a huge spike and prices with gas and things of that nature. So
Food.
food, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the economy, not just within Baltimore City,
Right.
but within America, has been affected and impacted by the bridge
Yes.
collapse. Yep, for real.
Because that port brought in a lot of business. That port brought in a lot of business for the nation. Do y'all not understand the importance of this? Like it brought in a lot for us, and we, as the people, need to Start to see how we're going to move forward. Get
we
it?
we need a plan to see how we gonna move forward
Exactly.
first. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because they're gonna leave us in the dark. They're not
Right.
gonna tell us this, that, and a third about every situation that they have going on out of fear because the public will panic.
Right.
And a public panic is not a good thing um, in its totality at all. You know, when people start to panic, especially the mass majority of people, it's almost like an I Am Legend moment. Like, we seen I Am Legend and we seen what happened with movies, and they seem to tell us a lot of things with
It
movies,
definitely
man.
does. So, Daniel, what do you do when you are put in that situation and you feel like you're ready to panic? How can you help the viewers not panic?
Well, in the time of stress and the time of pandemonium, what I choose to do personally is I look at the situation as already happened.
Okay.
And once I realize that the situation has already happened, my mind instantly shift to solution. What are the solutions to the problem? Because when you figure out solutions, then you have goals to solve the problem. When you
Right.
have goals to solve the problem, you don't have the time to be worried about how bad the problem is because the problem is going to be there regardless. I think that's a lot of the reason why people are depressed and stuff like that,
Right.
and go through those mental battles and struggles with anxiety and depression is because we anticipate and we think and we dwell on things that we cannot change.
Right.
But those things are in the past. Those things have already happened. If it already
Right.
happened, I'm
Right.
not going to be
Right.
fixated on what had already happened. I'm trying to already focus on where I'm moving from then on. So what do you do?
What do I do? Well, like you said, I try not to hold on to what has happened in the past because we cannot control the things that we cannot change, right? So we have to look past that and we have to I do my research. I gather with my family and friends and I see what they want as a result and I we come to a general solution for us. The solution has to be for you.
We all have a lot of solutions, and one of the main things that we need to do as people of color is actually band together, and we talked about that as well. This is a Be
Right.
More for Real moment. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna clap it up for that Be More for Real moment too,
Let's
man.
clap it up.
But let's really look at this, man. Um, the whole thing is that we as black people, we're divided on so many levels, and the purpose of this podcast, if you didn't realize, is so that we can deprogram you to the stuff that we've been programmed to. And
Right.
uh, I'm gonna say this again, and I'm gonna reiterate it over and over again. Other cultures and other nations of people are able to thrive and live well in America and band together, and it's okay. But it's something there when black people choose not to band together that makes it kind of like racist, and everybody saying it's like a bad thing, and that absolutely blows my mind.
I don't
We
like being the bearer of bad news, but Daniel, can you kind of elaborate on why do you think that black people do not band together?
Because we don't. First of all, we have built civilization,
Okay.
the first and foremost thing. And the very same people that help facilitate and build civilization are the ones who are seen as the most uncivilized folk around.
Okay.
Look, when you go out to eat, twerking on tables, you go in front of the police, pants hanging down, it don't even matter. Just the whole mannerisms, every character that's portrayed of us, it seems like gangster or thottish or whatever the case may be. So number one, the reason how I know we don't band together is because we
Okay.
don't protect our image. We let the media portray us a certain way when they portray themselves a different way. So I know y'all remember when the Freddie Gray, they called it the riots, right? They called it
Yes, the
riots. But
riots, the riots.
when white people band together and they have something, they call that stuff a protest.
Right.
So look at the terminology. Look at how the media is portraying us. So yeah, it's my job, especially if I'm in control of my own media, to tell y'all the to go in the kitchen, find the sharpest knife, and cut the bullshit out because we don't
Right.
want to hit. You
At
understand what I'm
all.
saying? We do not want to hit. Black people are not this way. These are the black people that you portray onto TV, but this is not the conglomerate. This is not the majority of black people that you see. But the number two thing is us being so low in black business.
Okay.
So us being overrepresented, and like I said before, us being overrepresented in some areas and underrepresented in other areas shows us that there's a conspiracy, that there's a plan, that there's a strategic and cerebral plan that's put in place so that we would not maintain
Well, I don't like to talk about
a group
conspiracy.
collective.
Well, I don't mean to cut you off, and I apologize for that. I don't like to talk about conspiracies, right? Unless we have our research. So, have you did any research on this conspiracy that you talking about?
Well, I have, and I thought about it too. So, we're coming up with a series with Attack on English, but we need y'all to get us to 1,000 subscribers. We
Yes.
need, first and foremost, we need the people to get us to 1,000 subscribers. That will put us in a position to do a lot more community work, to reach out to our
Yes.
subscribers. Everybody that support us, we will support you as well. So hit that like, share, and subscribe first and foremost.
Yes. Hit it.
But as I digress, um, what we need is and go ahead and ask your question again. You remember your question? You know, not right now.
Not right
All right, that's cool. All right, because I want to make sure I hit the point that you're asking.
Okay.
But the way that we carry things as a people is different from the way that we would carry things in a business. So we
Okay.
don't have a business sense. So once we have a business sense as black people, and once we have an identity as black people, we'll be able to move forward. And the whole purpose of this podcast, and that's what I was saying too, the whole purpose of this podcast is to deprogram people to what you're used to and used to what you're hearing, because these people are programming you. They're programming you to think in such a way. Um, Basically, it's societal. What I like to say, societal engineering. And
Right.
Oprah is a part of that, and
Yes.
we're gonna get into Oprah later into this segment
I don't want to get into
again too.
Oprah, but we have to.
She's gonna come up in the conversation
Right.
because you see the title of the video is "Marriage Still an Option."
Mm.
So we're gonna get into that later on. But Oprah is gonna come into this conversation even later on. But people like Oprah are responsible. They are media mongols. These people are responsible for social engineering. So when people see me, like how I posted on Facebook, and I'm like, Oprah is wicked. They like, well, how is Oprah wicked? Like literally, she
I was just
engineers.
ready to ask you that. How do you deem Oprah as wicked?
She's literally a part of engineering the thought of the American public.
Mm.
Now, when you think about the idea of such a job, and then on top of that, and like I said, we're gonna get into marriage later. We're not even gonna talk about her relationship status until later. Then on top of that, what she does is she helps facilitate the dynamic between the struggle between male and female. We had this conversation over the last few weeks, the struggle between male and female.
Right.
But all her lifetime networks and all that stuff is very misandrous. See,
Right.
we know about misogyny, but we don't know about misandry. But
Can you give us the definition of that?
basically, misandry is the direct opposite of misogyny. It's the hatred of men. It's the hatred of the male species or
Okay.
whatever. So misogyny, they say, is the hatred of the female or the woman. So misandry will be the antithesis of that. It will be the direct opposite. So I mean, she's responsible for that. All the lifetime networks, the own networks. Look at the agenda that she perpetuates,
Okay.
things of that nature. That's the reason
But do
why.
you think Oprah is doing this out of fear, or do you think she's doing it for her own agenda?
Well, she's a part of a greater agenda. She's a part of the Scientology community. Tom Hanks, is it Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise? One of them. I
Tom
think it's
Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
He's a part of the whole society and all that stuff. When you look at all these people, they are directly linked up together. See,
Okay.
we don't want to acknowledge that it's a greater plan, that people actually, that the elite actually get together and have a meeting together and plot on the way that the world should go. So
Right.
I don't think people really look at that in their mind. And
So
and
what you're saying is a lot of people live in a false reality.
exactly,
A lot of
because
people.
art imitates life and life imitates art. So while
Right.
we're busy trying to follow the people that's on TV, they're so busy trying to dumb their life down to where as though they're relatable to us, knowing daggone well they can't even go to the mall without and shop like regular people because they're so famous. You know what I'm saying? People like Michael Jackson, they struggle with that problem. That's why Michael Jackson had an alter alter identity,
Right.
is what I would say.
He
Michael
had to
Jackson,
disguise himself.
he disguised himself many
Yes,
times, plenty of
many
times.
times.
He had an alter
And he
identity.
could have definitely been around you and you definitely didn't know. But he had to do that because of how we as a people react when we see him.
And see, the thing is, he just wanted to be
Normal.
regular, normal, like a
That's
normal
it.
person. And so that's what happens. You know, when you get up in that status and everybody know you, you can no longer shop the way you want to shop. And these people just want to be normal. And people, regular people at the bottom, they don't care. They just want an autograph. They want their moment. You know what I'm saying? They want to get up. Maybe they can build their shine off of the back of yours. And essentially that's what you're really supposed to do.
So what we're saying is it's okay to be selfish, but be selfish for a reason. You get what I'm saying? Don't always be selfish and think about yourself. You have to think about others and what they're going through. Like every moment, like when you having a bad day or somebody pissed you off, right? I'm sorry to say piss. I know I don't try to cuss on camera or whatever, but somebody can piss you off, right? Think of what they're going through. Don't just think of yourself in that moment. That
Absolutely,
right,
absolutely. Somebody can piss you off, and I'm glad you said that too. Controlling ourselves.
right.
When people know they can push them buttons, they gonna push them.
They're gonna
You
push
feel what
it.
I'm saying? Then you become a puppet. I was telling my son, I think it was earlier today or it might have been yesterday. I was telling my
Okay.
son Devin, I'm like, if somebody know they push a button and they'll make you react a certain way, you become their puppet. Because now all they gotta do is push those buttons or pull that string, and they gonna make you react a certain way. And I happen to ask him, I'm like, you ever seen them puppies that were those puppets, excuse me, that was moving by the strings? And he was like, no. And I'm like, shucks, I didn't think I got old. You know what I'm saying? That moment, I
Yeah.
was like, shucks, I think I got old because he don't even know about string puppets. And I'm like, am I that old? And I'm reflecting on myself, but I'm like, forget it. I'm trying to give him the whole analogy of it. When they pull them strings and they make you move a certain way, when people are know that they can do that and have that power over you, they will pull those strings.
Exactly. And I'm glad that we are talking about this because I just had to quit a job recently,
Right,
right? And I felt like I was being played puppet and I couldn't go through that. You know what I mean? Like
right.
I have an opinion. Reached out to one of my coworkers. She was a black woman, and she told me that I needed to dumb myself down so that I can get ahead in life.
What, can
Wow.
I ask the question?
Go ahead.
Was she white?
No, she was black.
Jesus Christ.
She
Oh
was
my
black.
goodness. And she said you had to dumb yourself
She told
down?
me to dumb myself down so that I can get further ahead in life.
Wow. And I could believe that. I could totally believe that.
That really did something to me, though.
And see, I could take it a different way. Maybe she was talking about fake it till you make it. I try to give people the
But
reason of
how
doubt.
much of faking it till you make it can you do?
I mean, that's what most people do, I guess, when they get there. But this is Be More for Real. You know, we ain't gonna fake nothing. This is real life. You feel what I'm saying? You see what's going on.
Right.
But a lot of people do fake it, and that's the thing about social media. It has a lot of people faking out here, a lot of people perpetrating out here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They perpetuating a character that they really are not in real life. Who you are on the virtual world is different than how you are in real life. How you
Right.
living on that virtual world is different than how you are in that virtual life, and that's the disconnect. The art imitating life and the life imitating art. What it does is it distorts reality, and that's why this is Be More for Real. We here to give you reality, and you're
Right.
gonna get a weekly dose of reality.
Right.
Wait till we can go live daily. We gonna be able to do that when y'all support us and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Because this
Yes.
conversation is
We need
absolutely needed.
y'all so
But
that
hit that like, share, and subscribe button as well. We're gonna clap it up for that. But my whole dissertation is this: when people tend to gravitate towards entertainment, they tend to be uneducated. It's either that you like entertainment so much that you become educated, or you learn your education from the entertainment. And see, everything that we see on the screens is
It's not
not worth.
real
It's not even worth being educated on. It's
at all.
actually social manipulation, and that's the thing that Oprah and Tyler Perry. That's the thing that these people do, and they are they are black people. You know, they share our same skin color. Let's be more for real
And
about
let's
that.
just let the people know that's what it's called, selling your soul. Selling your soul is not actually like slicing your wrist and you're trying to sell your soul. No, selling your soul is just being who you're not for somebody else's gain. Get it?
Exactly. I mean, to sell your soul means to do things that compromise your integrity.
Exactly.
So I mean, if you have an integral part about you, and that part about you is able to be challenged, then you no longer have integrity. And then once people know that you don't have integrity, you don't have that backbone, you're gonna be moving with every parts of the wind. And that's what a lot of the entertainers don't tell you. And that's the reason why a lot of them choose to unalive themselves or to end up, dying off quick is
Right.
because, the stress of the industry and the pressure that's created on them. Notice how too, Ryan Garcia, the boxer that fought Tank, he was coming out and saying the stuff about the Bohemian Grove, about the Illuminati, the stuff that people been talking about. You know what I'm saying? And they make it seem like that he's crazy. Notice how Kanye, when he was coming out talking about the
Yes.
Jewish people and stuff like that,
Yes. They
notice
made him seem
how
crazy.
they came out and said that he was crazy. Notice how
Yes.
Kyrie Irving, when he
People
started
will
coming out,
defamate your
you know what I'm
name
saying?
when you're speaking the truth.
Exactly.
But do not let that stop you.
Exactly.
Walk in your truth. Jesus did it.
Look at Michael Jackson.
Wouldn't that be like a mom? What is the word I'm looking for? Wouldn't that be a good inspiration to walk in the life of that Jesus did?
An example, yeah, of course, he is. Christ is the example, and we'll get a lot into religion and that stuff later as well too, because we all have different of opinions, and maybe we should
Hmm.
get a panel too to sit here and talk about religion and have
Maybe we
different people with
should.
different backgrounds. If you're interested in that conversation, please do us a favor and reach out to us. We on Be More for Real Podcast on all platforms. Be More for Real at Be More for Real Podcast on Instagram, at Be More for Real Podcast on Facebook, at Be More for Real Podcast at gmail.com as well. So make sure y'all go ahead and reach out to us. We have so many different examples of why we don't get together as a people and be for real with ourselves.
Right.
It's just crazy. It's astronomical. And what greater point do we have than us not even maintaining business between each other? The fact that black people, and I know white people might not like this, and I know people might seem that it's controversial, and I know the rest of the world might seem like it's controversial, but the fact that black people have built civilization, I mean
Right.
every aspect of civilization, every foundation from the houses to agriculture to astronomy, everything, the sciences and mathematics. I mean, just all of the things that black people instituted in society, we have came a long way just to regress. And so our apologies for talking about black people if it don't interest you, but it really is the interest of black people to
I
get
don't think
together.
we should be apologizing anymore. We have done enough of that. We have done enough of apologizing. We need to stand on business. They stand on business. Why can't we? Right?
That's a fact. That's a fact. And we clap it up for that. I mean, they do stand on business. And like I said, they have a vested interest in our ignorance. Now,
Right.
when people start to understand how invested they are in our ignorance and why they are invested in our ignorance, then we can understand. Because we are like 80% of consumer spending. The rest of
Right.
the families, the rest of the nations of people, they spend with themselves. They get their money and spend in their communities. We the only ones that just don't get it. We just don't get it. Our money go to Louis, Gucci, Prada, and all of them other
Right. We
people
need to
whose
start
names
supporting ourselves. Start
exactly.
supporting ourselves more. When we support ourselves more, we do more for our communities. We do more for our families. We do more for just us in general. Period.
Where are the black jewelers, the people that actually own the diamonds?
Mm.
Because black people are so invested in diamonds and all that stuff. Where are the black clothes makers, the ones that actually make linen? Remember, we made the cotton gin press. How the
Yes.
hell do these people got their own stuff and the luxurious clothing lines, and we don't? And we facilitate the whole process
A lot of that
from
is
picking the cotton to making the
Daniel.
machine.
A lot of that. I'm sorry. Can I breathe for real for a moment?
She said, "Brief for real." I called that.
A lot of that is intimidation. Stop letting people intimidate you. Don't be intimidated by nobody. The only person who should intimidate you is God. That's it. That's all. That's the only man that fear me.
And I will go as far as to say as well, if you are offended by the conversation that we're having, then maybe you should do some soul searching yourself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because the truth only offends those who live outside of it. You know what I'm saying?
Tell
So
them
when that
again.
truth start to hit you,
Tell
boy, the
them
truth
again,
hurt.
Daniel.
We thought the old people were saying the truth hurt for no reason. The truth literally hurts you. You understand what I'm saying? It's some pain behind that when you don't realize that what they're saying is true. Just don't let the truth kill you. You know what I'm saying? The truth will smack
Yes.
you in your face, give you a reality check, but don't let the truth kill you because it will. You know what I'm saying? Imagine, look, I like to be practical. Imagine if you didn't know how to cross the street or cross the road. You didn't know to look both ways before you cross that street. That don't mean that you're not gonna get hit by a car, and it don't mean you're going to survive that accident either.
Not at
So
all.
like the Bible said, let's bring the Bible back into it. The Bible say, "My children are destroyed for the lack of knowledge." So the lack of knowledge will kill you. One of the old quotes we need to do away with is, "What you don't know won't hurt you." No, let's say, "What you don't know will be your demise."
That's it. That's
Be more
all.
for real.
Be more for real. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up. Ah,
For real, a be more for real moment, and it's so much deeper than we could ever imagine, and that we have to explain. But the whole purpose of this segment, the be more for real segment, is for us to get prepared for the bridge incident, and so that if any incident happen like this again, that we'll be good as a
prepared.
people.
Yeah.
We'll be prepared. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we're not prepared. And not just as black people, but as citizens of the city of Baltimore, but as in citizens of the state of Maryland. You know what I'm saying? As citizens of the United States, of the United States of America.
Yep.
As citizens, we got to get ourselves together and
Yes,
prepare.
we do.
And a lot of times that we do need to work together, not just with us, between ourselves, but with the other nations
Yes,
of people.
we need to hold ourselves accountable. Like, stop worrying about everybody else and what they're doing. Worry about you. That's it. Worry about you.
Worry about you. We're going to go ahead and clap that up too, man. We're going to go ahead and clap that up. We are going ahead and clap that up, man. We appreciate all of our streamers and viewers, man. Be more for real. Make sure y'all go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. But let's just go ahead and get into it. It's going. It might get a little spicy, man. The topic of the night might get a little spicy. This was brought to you by my guy David Chandler. He wrote because I asked some of my friends on Facebook. By the way, we have our own pages too. I'm at Daniel Addison on Facebook.
And I'm Brianka Wallace.
OMG Danny on Instagram.
And I'm Bree for real, with the number 4 for real.
So we do have personal accounts and we connect personally with the people. And David brought up this thing: is marriage an option? Well, that's not what he asked, but he asked to talk about marriage. And we put this together as a question: is marriage an option? And now the
you want to go first with me?
Go ahead.
Okay. Is marriage still an option? I believe marriage is still an option. But I think that black men make marriage more than what it is. They make it more so as a business now. Like, it's not about love anymore. It's about what you can get out of that person that you are committing yourself to.
Wow.
And that's where it fails.
Wow. And that's where the disconnect absolutely starts to happen, because marriage absolutely is a business. First and foremost.
Why?
Because your finances, your taxes, everything is impacted based on your marriage.
What about the love?
Okay, the love is still there, but marriage itself is a business.
God is love.
Yeah, marriage itself is a business.
Right.
In the United States, it's a business.
Man has felt God because they made it a business, right?
Kinda. It's still
kind of or
it's still,
actual.
It's still a business.
Kind of or actual.
It's still a business. I would argue on what the business is, because really marriage is for the reproduction of children, to further your genes and further on,
right. But before you get to that marriage, you want to marry somebody that you love, right? You don't just want to walk into something and you don't even want to be next to that person. I don't even want to live next to you. So why would I marry you?
Well, that's a great question, but yeah, and still for me, as a man, we can learn to love each other. But what we can't learn to do, and what we don't seem to learn to do, is take care of these finances, take care of these children
Okay,
in
so why
in
can't
the
we
proper
learn to
way.
love each other before we get into that marriage?
Because it's not about love.
So what is it
Because
about?
like a business. Now I would say like this. We go to work all the time and we work with people that we do not like and can't stand all the time, every
Okay.
single day.
All right.
But we still work together for the common, for the
That's
greater
work.
good. No, that's the business. That's how it works.
Exactly. That's business. That's the
That's
work.
how
I
that's
agree
how it
with you on
works.
that. Don't clap it up because
That's how it works. Oh,
listen.
hey, Bobby B. He said, "Hey, fam, Bobby B is here. Bobby
Hey
B
Bobby
in the
B.
house. We appreciate all of our streams and viewers. Let's go ahead and clap it up for Bobby B. Bobby B in the house, man. We appreciate you. We appreciate all of our
What
streamers
did
and
he
viewers
say?
as well." He said, "Hey, Bobby B in the house."
Oh, hey Bobby
Yeah,
B.
yeah. He said, "Hey, fam. Yeah, hey, Bobby B. We on later than usual. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things, but the show must go on. It's been a nasty couple of days too with the rain and
It
everything.
definitely has.
Definitely had it rained like
My
3 days in a
mood
row.
has been up and down, but I'm still pulling in there.
I stay consistent. I stay solid. The weather doesn't really affect my mood. But as we digress though,
Okay.
marriage is absolutely a business, and I think that's so. When we look at the reason why marriages fail, a lot of times marriages fail over finances. So if marriages fail over finances, and man not being able to be financially stable,
Mhm.
then marriage should be absolutely looked
Okay.
at as a
So
business
let's get
first.
to that.
Because if we're going to break up over finances, then we damn sure should make
But
sure that
why are
this
we breaking up
relationship,
over finances? Is it because the woman is doing more than the man?
well, for whatever reason, you could say for whatever reason, but
I think
statistics
that's why a lot of marriages
statistics
are
still state
going
that
wrong now.
ninety
Like
percent of
let's
the
talk
marriages are
about it.
ended by women.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it now. Because I'm dating, you right? So I have this guy that I've been dating, right? And it seems like I put in 150% of my time, my financial, my mental, whatever you want to call it, right? And he puts in what he puts in, but when it comes to he wants to up and leave and run back to his children's mother, I don't like saying baby mama, but children's mother, he can do that. Why is that?
Well, I mean that wouldn't have to do with marriage, but still, it's
No, but I'm just saying, if we're looking at marriage, right, and we want to get to that marriage space,
right.
why, when we're dating, right, why are men allowed to have their cake and eat it too?
That's a part of another conversation.
Hmm.
That's a part of another conversation. And
But it leads to marriage.
to answer that question,
Answer it.
women really don't understand that a man can father in more than one household. You can only be the mother one time. A man can get a woman pregnant multiple times, and all y'all be pregnant at the same time. So it's designed for a man to be able to hold down multiple households. A woman can't. So imagine if you dealing with two different dudes. Y'all wanted to be equal and everything. Imagine if you dealing with two different dudes, and this dude say, "Yo, don't go outside with that crap on," and this dude say, "Yo, I'm fine with you going out there dressed like." You know what I'm saying? Revealing. I
So
like that.
men
So who would
don't.
you listen to? That's the thing.
So men don't see monogamy at all.
So that's not true.
I'm
And
asking
married
a question.
well, to answer your question, a man can be married to more than one woman.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Who says
And
that?
nowadays, well,
Who says that?
culture, not the American culture.
Culture?
Yes.
Is it in the Bible?
Not it is in the Bible.
Okay.
Every man in the Bible almost had multiple wives.
Okay.
You almost it's more men that had multiple wives that
Okay.
didn't. So yes, that is in the Bible. Now whether or not the Most High agreed with man having multiple wives is another conversation. So we can spin the conversation either type of way. But marriage, yet and still, is still a business. It's a business. It's a contract between you and I. It say that I'm gonna be with you through rich or poor, thick or thin, free or in bond, and sickness and health. And so my thing is that marriage don't it doesn't go on those vows. So when a person gets sick or whatever, let's say they get cancer or whatever, they can't
Mm-hmm.
perform like that. The other person be wanting to leave. When the other person ain't rich no more, he don't got the money like that no more. The other person be wanting to leave. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same vows because we literally go before the Most High and we say, "Look, I'm gonna be with this person in rich in sickness and health, rich or poor."
Okay. So
You know what
when?
I'm saying?
So
And
when?
it's
All
not
right.
on it.
So let's. All right. So let's speak on today's times and terms. Right. A lot of women provide more than a man. Correct.
No, I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say that?
No.
Oh, let's speak. I must speak on me personally, right? So when I get into these relationships or situations or whatever, right? I provide more than what a man can. I bring a lot to the table. And when a man sees that, he becomes intimidated and he runs. Why is that?
That all depends. That all depends on the person and the man itself. Everybody is not the same. And one thing I learned from a wise man, and I'm gonna just go ahead and say his name, Mr. Samuels. You know, I like Mr. Samuels, but he was
Oh,
saying
you
that
like Kevin Samuels?
I do like him. I don't
Mm-hmm.
agree with everything he said, but you know what I'm saying? I agree with most of the things that he said. But one of the things that he said is that, you know, in a relationship, if you make someone of your presence
Mm-hmm.
pay for mistakes of the person in your past, it equals no future. So I mean,
So
while we
are we
are
putting
dealing
that
with
on
this hurt,
women?
I mean, a lot of times that's not just women, it's people, period.
Okay.
He's he told that to a woman, but it applies to all.
Okay.
So let's say I had a woman that didn't know how to handle finances, was always misfinancial. She always wanted to buy the most extravagant stuff and put me into debt and everything like that. And if I just go to the next woman, I say, "Oh, well, you just want me for my money," and Shorty don't even care about no money. She
All
never even
right. So
seen
what
that.
about the
Why would
men
I
that
treat
just?
her like
So what about the men
the
that just
last one?
want women for their money?
The same thing. It's the same exact thing in reverse. It's the same exact thing in
Okay.
reverse. So making somebody, if you, all right, so if you know better, you do better first and foremost. So you wouldn't be with nobody that just take. That would be your fault. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me three times, whatever the case may be.
Okay.
So I mean, we have to take accountability for our own choices. All right, yeah, I messed up on that one. And I don't think personally that a lot of women take accountability for their mishaps in relationships. Me personally, but that's neither here or there.
Right.
But marriage being still an option, where I wanted to go with this before we run out of time was we touched about it on the Real Rap Roundtable. Shout out Real Rap Roundtable, man. We're gonna go
Shout
ahead
them
and clap it up.
out. I
Shout out
cannot
Real
wait
Rap
to see you
Roundtable.
guys again.
Shout out Real Rap Roundtable. And before I get into the Real Rap Roundtable conversation,
Comments.
Luke Kane, he said, if we get divorced, he said, can I ask, I can get half of my love back? No, you can't. He said, if we get divorced, can I ask the judge, can I have half of my love back? He rewrote that. Appreciate that, man. We're going to go ahead and clap it up. But we appreciate all of our viewers
We
and
definitely do.
comments and subscribers. So, um, what I was getting at is that, you know, we was on Real Rap Roundtable, right?
Uh-huh.
And on Real Rap Roundtable, we got to talk about Rihanna and ASAP Rocky.
A video of that?
I had the video. I wouldn't upload it here. I don't think we had a video. I really
All right,
wanted to
we
show
could.
the
All right, so
video.
just explain the zone. Explain the
So,
zone.
and the video is on our Instagram
Right,
page.
you guys need to go over there and so you can see
It
it.
was an
Okay.
interesting concept because now it puts women in a position to think like a man,
Right.
unlike Tyler Perry. Don't think like a man like his books. Think like a man like how the real life events happen. So Rihanna, she's not married to ASAP Rocky.
At
Got a
all.
child with him. She was married to a billionaire, but Rihanna herself is a billionaire, which is more than ASAP Rocky, which is a millionaire. So if you was Rihanna, would you marry ASAP Rocky even though he was your baby father?
If I was Rihanna, would I marry ASAP Rocky? Me personally, like speaking from my heart, I think I would marry ASAP because I'm having kids with him, and I want that traditional foundation. If that makes sense.
You think Rihanna think about the kids?
No,
She makes billions of dollars.
no. I think she's protecting her assets.
Okay, then. Now,
But that's what men do.
okay, that's what I was saying. When we talk
Okay.
about think like a man, let's get into how a man thinks. And this is the
Okay.
reason why men choose not to marry women because we know it's a bad ops. It's a bad business deal. The
Okay.
same way, like I said, we're gonna bring Oprah back up into this. Oprah been dealing with Stedman Bailey, who is a millionaire. He's been a millionaire for over 30 years.
Yes.
She's a multi-billionaire. Actually, Oprah is the richest black person, or maybe just the richest woman. But I think Oprah is the richest black person in America.
Right.
Um, so She not marrying Stephen Bailey. Why? It's not a good business
She's protecting
deal.
herself.
She's protecting her assets.
Because no man is going to protect her.
But see, on the flip side, when men ask, okay, I built this and all that stuff, can I get a prenup? You should see the responses. See, men, we don't got no problem with it. Stephen Bailey, he's still rocking with Oprah. He ain't got no problem with it. A$AP Rocky is still rocking with Rihanna. He ain't got no problem with it. The problem comes on the flip side when men say, oh, well, I done built this. This is why marriage is not an option, because when a man is at his lowest, at his deepest, he know he wouldn't have had you if he was broke. That's how he got you, because he got money. Now I got money. Now you all on me. Back then,
I can't agree
Mike Jones,
I can't
back then, hoes didn't want me. Now they all on me.
I can't agree with that, though, because there's a lot of women out there that will bend over backwards for that man, broke and all.
Right? You personally,
I wasn't speaking personally. I was speaking generally.
Well, generally, it's not. Generally, it's not true. I mean, and I think differently than most men. I think women should look for the best male suitor. I don't think a woman is wrong for looking for the best male suitor. It's just that, which is gold digging. But when you try to go and reach above
why
your
did
means,
you have to throw that out there? Why did you have to throw gold digging into
because
it?
Because that's the term. That's what they termed it. It's all terminology. But all women are gold diggers.
Why
they should
does
be
women
by
get
nature.
terminology?
They should be by nature.
Okay.
Right. I'm saying they should be by nature gold digging. You know what I'm saying? Looking for the most resourceful man that they can find. See,
okay.
The thing is, I don't think women know when to turn it off. They always think that they could do better. They could do better, and that's the disconnect. Men just know when they be like, yo, why you mess with her? Because she treat me right. You feel what I'm saying? No, I'm not worried about how she look. I'm worried about how she treat me. You can look like $1 million. You can look like a dime piece. But if you treat me like SHIT, I don't want nothing to do with you. Now, this shorty, she might not be all that and put together, but I'm going to treat her like a dime piece because she treat me like one.
But then
and that's the reciprocation.
But then there's a lot of women out there who treat men right? And
right.
They will give them the world, give them everything. In that moment that she tells a man something that he does wrong and he runs, what is she supposed to do?
Like I said, that all depends on a man, and that's why male figures are so important, because when you have a person, especially a father, especially an uncle, a cousin, a big brother, or somebody that you go to, they will tell you, yo, this man is no good. See, you in your heart, you be like, well, I just want to do that because I'm me. I like him. I love him. And they know him because we males, we men, we know, we size them up in 2 seconds. We already told you, oh, this mother ain't no good.
Right.
This nigga ain't no good, but you still gonna mess with him. And I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of time, that's the reason why men don't jump in women's mess. When you involved with men and they putting their hands on you, they doing all this other stuff, because you're gonna go right back to them. So what we gonna do? Go to jail, and you're gonna do that to the next one until the whole family gone, till every man around you gone, and you still gonna deal with them? No, men know now. We ain't dealing with that. So if we tell you leave his tail alone, leave his tail alone, or leave the protection, because we're not getting into that. You understand?
I get it.
And that's the whole disconnect. And I think that's what we have to bring back within the black community. The male structure, the male figure. When you look at Black Lives Matter, they didn't want the male figures. They didn't even want a straight male representing them in any way, form, or capacity. You can only be LGBTQIA plus or whatever.
Right.
The thing is.
Right.
They didn't want the regular family structure.
Too many men walk in their feminine divine. And we don't need it.
And see, that's a BMore4Real moment. We have men like that. But when we talk about our future, when we talk about children,
right?
We
need those men.
Who are the ones responsible?
Men. We need you. We need you. BMore4Real is telling you we need you.
And we appreciate that. We're gonna go ahead and clap it up. Yes. We're gonna go ahead and clap it up. Yes. I mean, it gets as deep. It gets as deep as you want to get.
Right.
But if we don't have these conversations as a people, and I hear the people online always say, "Oh, we tired of this conversation." In 2024, wrap it up. Well, in 2024, we still have more and more kids being born out of wedlock. In 2024, definitely. We still got more and more young black males being killed on the street. Definitely. In 2024, we still got more women and men going to jail. In 2024, we got more young children being killed and going to jail for all their life and throwing their life away. So, I mean, it starts with the conversation. So if we can't have this conversation, then we're gonna continue to be ignorant. And that's another old
Yes,
person quote: ignorance is bliss. No, ignorance will kill you.
it
Ignorance will
definitely
kill us.
will.
So we getting the conversation started, and it's a be more for real moment. Again, we're
Again,
gonna go ahead and clap it up for
clap
that,
it
man. Be more for real
up.
moment again.
How is our viewers doing, Daniel? Did they
Hey,
send any
they
comments that
listening.
way?
They listening. We got some viewers on YouTube. Thankfully, we appreciate all of our viewers. Make sure you go ahead and like the stream as well. We're gonna have some things coming up in the future where we want to have people performing things of that nature. We
Yes,
are definitely going to have some things for you guys.
we're
But
growing, guys.
the conversation is gonna get real, realer, and realer, and realer,
And
and
Rilla.
we're gonna be on our Skrilla. So
Yes,
yeah, just be prepared for it, and don't be in your feelings. We're not in control of your feelings. We're here
we're
to have a
not.
conversation. The mic is
Everybody
always
has an
open.
opinion. The mic is always open. And I love that phrase. I definitely do. Because it makes people feel more involved. And we need to be more involved.
Yep. And if you want to get involved in the conversation, please let us know what you think that we should talk about. This conversation went nice. I thought it was gonna go
Yeah, it did.
hostile. I'm not even gonna
It
lie. I'm
definitely
like,
did.
I thought it was gonna go hostile.
No,
And
everybody has an opinion, Daniel.
yeah, everybody does have an
Everybody.
opinion.
You shouldn't shun anybody's opinion. You know what I mean? Like if you can't get with their opinion, okay, just hear them out. That's it.
Well, I think for some reason I'm gonna be the bad guy because like we talked about for the last couple of
Right.
weeks with the strong woman and all that stuff, and I have to clear this up.
Oh,
I
go
really
ahead.
do with the strong women. The problem with that, I'm not saying that women are not strong. They're not strong like men are strong. It's not to degrade
You were
women. It's
saying
not to say
physically,
no,
right?
but exactly because
Okay.
now if you're the strong woman and it's stuff heavy to carry around, then you got it. You the
Right.
strong one.
Women, stop
You
carrying
the
things around.
strong
Let your
one.
man do it, okay?
You got it.
Let your man do it. But
You
we can
got
be
it.
stronger in other
Right,
aspects.
but they have
We
words for
got
that.
that.
When you want to describe women as strong, I see that as either a misnomer or what do you call that? Oxymoron.
Yeah.
It's either misnomer or oxymoron because they have actual words for that. Either you're resilient, you're brilliant, you're stronger than mine. I mean, they have words to describe that. But
That's funny you say
strong.
that. My name on Instagram was Bree Brilliant for a moment.
Oh, okay. And you are brilliant
I'm
for
very
sure,
brilliant.
for sure.
Very.
And that's strong in the mind. You know what I'm saying? That's one
Yeah.
of the attributes that you can attribute to a woman as being strong in.
Yeah.
But when you say women is strong or I'm strong and independent, that cut that shit. I don't care. It's the buck stop here. And you can say I'm a female hater. I don't have respect for women, but I
I don't
absolutely
want to be
do.
stronger than my man. I want my man to pick me up and out.
Exactly.
You feel
And,
me?
and you can't do that when the other person is just as strong as you and you
Right.
butting head. You're gonna be wanting to
No.
pick me up. Like, don't pick me up.
No.
Don't.
I want my
Yeah.
man to lead.
I
don't
seen them
want, I don't-
video. I know y'all seen them video. They try to pick him up. Hey, yo, niggas be mad as I don't know what. He was
We
so
don't
mad.
want that. We don't
His
want
girl
that.
gave him
No.
a hug and she picked him up. He
No,
was mad.
no,
She
no,
picked
no.
him up off his feet.
No.
He said, "Why you do that?"
That's
Did you see that
disrespect.
video?
No, I haven't seen it, and
Y'all
I know
gotta
you
see
want to
that.
show me, but
Y'all
I
gotta
don't
see
want
that.
to see it.
She picked him up off the ground. That nigga was not happy at all, for real. So, like, I mean, let's just determine how we define strong. And a lot of other people they don't get it, but y'all will get it. Make sure y'all get us up to 1,000
Yes,
subscribers. We're gonna release
please,
that attack on
please,
English.
please.
I promise you, no other platform has ever had the amount of information that we have on this. I mean, it's been studied for almost nine or 10 years. We have all the research. We're gonna get down to the nitty gritty, and it's gonna allow us to make a change. It's not just a podcast, but this is a platform for change where we go out into the community
Yes,
and
we
make a
just want to.
difference.
We just want to make sure that you guys are enlightened, and we want to make sure that you guys are not left behind. Because that statement, no child left behind, that does something to me. They left every child behind. Okay, don't just sit here and fall for what they're telling you to fall for. Okay, go out there, do your own research, investigate yourself, get to it. Come on, people. We got
Stop letting
this.
the media dictate your opinion. This is what they are doing. Like I said,
Right.
Oprah Winfrey, they asked me why she wicked. People like her, people like Tyler Perry. He's
Right.
now a media mongrel on the same level as Oprah, as a black male.
I
And
still watch his shows. But
yeah, we
you
watch
just
all of them.
go with your
We
gut.
watch
If your
all of
gut
them.
is telling you that that's not right, it's not right.
Have your discernment goggles on. Have your
Yes.
discernment glasses on because
Yes.
I mean, we can watch stuff and not be indulged in the content. You know what I'm saying? We can eat the meat and throw away the bones. We just have to do that. A lot of times we are persuade. The public is persuade. That's why they have a public opinion. The public is persuade this way or that way through the news. And another thing too, through the news, don't just go and vote because the news told you to vote.
No,
People with
no.
Donald Trump and the presidential election, study these folk and see their agenda. Don't get your information just from the news.
Mm-hmm.
I can stress this, and I've said this before. Don't be a dummy with a smartphone. Don't let your phone be smarter than you. You're exposed to a lot more stuff.
I like that.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out my brother Rel. He came up with that. Shout out brother Rel. Don't be a dummy with a smartphone. You got all this information, a wealth of information at your fingertips, at your touch, at the touch of your finger. So we gotta do our due diligence and learn. A lot of us don't want to be educated. We want to be entertained. Get out that entertainment mindset. Entertainment and all that fun stuff, that's for kids. Kids do that. They always worry about how they're gonna have fun and how they're gonna be entertained. Adults do what they need to do to maintain. Adults do what's necessary to maintain and thrive in a certain atmosphere. So let's be conscious of what we do as a people.
Yes.
And the information we put out there, because we're gonna give you the for real. You might not like it, and it's not gonna look like the news, not gonna sound like the news or anything.
It's not supposed to.
It's not supposed to. While they program you, we constantly deprogram you. So we
Yes.
fight. So every time you hear us, you literally gonna be fighting against some stuff that you've been indoctrinated to hear.
I want to tell you something that I used to always tell the clients that I used to work with, right? If someone doesn't hold you accountable, it's because they don't care for you. Let that sink in.
We're gonna go ahead and clap that
If
up.
they
real
don't
quick.
hold you accountable, they do not care for you.
And I believe that. My father always told me that your real friends, they want to see you. They care for your well being.
Exactly.
Meaning that when you in school and you acting up and you messing up the instruction, they say, "Hey, you messing up my education. You messing up your education."
Right.
I don't care if you being a class clown and making everybody laugh.
Right.
Be quiet so we can sit down and learn because you messing up my education.
Right.
Your real friends gonna tell you, yo, you got lint in your head, you got something in your teeth. Your real friends are going to be the ones to be able to hold you accountable. And that goes back to what we were talking about in a couple episodes with Darius Daniels on the relational intelligence. He said on one of those clips, you just gotta visit it. He said, there is a friend that's closer than a family.
Yes.
So somewhere out there's a friend that's closer than a family, because even some of our families, because we family, we can't hold each other accountable like that. So that's why we need true friends. This is why friendships are important. People say no friends, no new friends. Friendships are ultra important. They might be
they are.
most important relationships that we have. You know what I'm saying? You can be friends with family, but family aren't always friends. But your friendship is very important because your friends, they know you, they spend parts of your life with you, and they are able to tell you something for your own well-being, and you should listen to them. The ones that just tell you a whole bunch of stuff that you want to hear and don't care, those are not your friends. Like she said, those are not your friends.
Not at all.
So, I mean, this BMore4Real, man. The realest conversation on the net. We appreciate everybody,
Rated
man.
R for reality.
Man, make sure y'all go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. This is the realest conversation on the net. BMore4Real. Get your weekly dose of reality. I'm your host, OMG Danny.
And I'm Bree for real.
Yes, sir. We'll be back
out
with you next week. Let's get it.